Ever since I got back into scale modeling, I have been getting immersed into the Warhammer universe, and I don't even remember where the interest started. So, to stop those cravings, I got myself a warrior starter set, and we will be painting our first orks from Age of Sigmar. Hey guys, Emil's here, and let's get straight into painting. So here's my first Orruk I painted just to get a feel for how they could look. This one is a bit desaturated, so I think we will be trying to make these more vibrant and try to simplify the process. The first one did take me like 5 hours. First, I actually decided to make the bases. I used some of this texture paste to create a more interesting texture, then when it was dry I added some earth-like colors. Yes, this one looks pink, but it will be good. While those were drying, I painted the skin of the orks. When the bases were dry, I added some thinned down burnt umber to the bases. Then I painted the sides black for a more clean look. I also decided to water down the black a bit and add it to the base as a sort of wash. In the end, they turned out pretty good. Now the next day I got back to the orcs themselves and decided to do a more vibrant green color for the skin. It is a bit bright right now, but we will add washes that will dull it down a bit. Next up is to base coat the shields red. I tried out a more warm red to give the shields a more of a punch. Here I took some of that burnt umber and started working on the leather cloth bits of the orcs, trying not to get it on their skin. I added another red layer to the shields and then very carefully made the orc's eyes bright red. I made the shield's lips pink and tried making the mouth black so there is some contrast when I add the teeth color. Now these shoulder pads are actually meant to be leather, I think, I'm not sure, but I decided to make them metallic because they really reminded me of this ring texturing technique from Finland. I just used some silver and mixed it with a bit of black to get a darker metal color. I also added this color to the spikes anywhere they were on the models. They looked especially good on the shields and I tried to use it on the spears as well. Next I detailed the shields with gold and very carefully painted in the teeth on the shield. After some of the paint had dried, I started adding blue tips to the spikes, which I previously painted metal, and this gives the models a nice pop of color. Now I gave a brown wash to the parts I previously painted the warm grey to give more depth to these rope things, and I also dirtied up the shields. Somewhere in the middle of all this I also washed the Orruk skin with a very light wash of burnt umber, and now I added some edge highlights to the leather around Orruks with the same warm grey. Finally, I put the models on the base and added some darker color under their feet, so the gap is less noticeable between the base and the feet. Now, here are the finished models. The result did come out quite similar to the first one, which is not a bad thing I would think. I like the tone of the shields much better, and the two guys took up much less of my time than the first one, while still looking great. I might try a new skin tone on the rest of them. Yes, there are many more. So, subscribe for more miniature and other scale model painting. Alright, that's it for me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!